So this is the current state of my Delta heat mover thingy, and it's going not too bad. We're getting pretty cold weather right now, so this morning this froze up, but not so bad. I covered it, and the heat ran through it to a certain extent yesterday. So here are my lettuce. Kohlrabi have come up here now, and cabbagey stuff is coming up here. A couple of peas up, and there's pea up here as well. So some plants are coming up. Now the big change today was I tried some more stuff. So I have tried, this is pond liner, and that was not effective. So this is the tray that works great, and this is a piece of galvanized. It gives, what temperature is it given? It's given 8 degrees right now, but the sun has gone, and this is very sun dependent. So 8 degrees there, I think it's 9 there. It changes by the minute on account of the sun. And over here, this is an interesting one. This is played with some ceramic thing. It's from an oven. And see, I've got 2 drips on this one. And the drip hits it, and the ceramic stuff makes it bounce. So this drip here is going into 3 little spaces on it. And that's kind of interesting. And over here, we have the pan, and the pan now takes 2 drips. I have changed the piece on top. The piece on top that I used first was just a trial run, where I had cut the holes through, I had cut with the hacksaw, and I had cut through all the way, so they kind of flipped back and forth, you know, narrow or wide, depending on the amount of tension on the thing. So now I've cut these with a little Dremel, so these little cuts, they're not exact or anything, but everything is running, and it's dripping out water where it should be dripping out water. A guy, so I've had several comments by about 5 people on this thing, and some people are appreciating it, and I guess some aren't. But so what's it? It's still at around 8 here. There's 8 degrees. 2.6 in the bucket of water, and 3 degrees down in the soil here. So this soil is a tree, and I can stick it right down in the soil here, and it goes up fairly quickly. So 5 degrees there in the soil. So 3 to 5. So it's putting substantial amounts of heat down. I keep saying that, but doesn't make it any less true. So I'm just going to take this guy and set him up here. I find if you just set him up on where the water is dripping down, the water drips along it and gives a fairly adequate temperature reading. So 8.8 there, and doesn't seem to be that much water going to the end, but we can, it's harder to measure here because it's split in more, so you'd expect it to be higher. So it's 9.6, and it's it's gone up, 9.8. So this is because this is splitting the water into more kind of segments, so the water is spreading out over a wider area, plus it's going slower. So 9.9 there. So that means that we're going from, say, 3 to 9. So we're gaining about 6 degrees with no sun, and that's substantial. And so we're getting substantial heat gain with no sun from these 3 little pieces of metal. And the window screen didn't work as I had hoped in this case, but it might still work later on in the year for stealing water or heat away from the air. We'll just have to wait and see about that. As a solar collector straight on, in this type of thing it doesn't work so good, but that's a live and learn thing. I am planning to put something in this corner here to warm up this water. So this water was froze up pretty much. It's kind of as a buffer, so that's a big buffer of water. This is ice is nearly gone in this now, so it's warmed up. Ice is still solid in that. And ice under here, so this is another of my buffers. So it's getting ice on it. This is my front buffer, and it's 1:30 in the day now, so this buffer here is not going to be much use by nightfall. So this is the delta idea. See, if you look here, this, because I cut it through, I wasn't thinking it opens and closes, and that's not what I want. And same on this, this one not so much, but this one maybe I cut through a little too far, and it opens and closes, and it makes kind of the whole delta thing not work so good. But when I took this out, there was, you can see a little bit of the material, probably the gungy stuff had filled it up, and that's part of the plan. It's to work like a river delta, where if one is going a little faster than the others, it'll have more junk going in, and over the course of maybe 3 or 4 days, this thing will close up with just junk that's in the water, and then you just take it down and give it a quick rinse, and it's good to go again. And that's because I don't think there's any other way of keeping these things dripping evenly. They're dripping fairly evenly now, even though it's not at a perfect angle. You know, it's not level across. Like really it should be level across, and then they'd drip more evenly. What else? Yeah, so I'm probably going to hang it from something up top, so it's easier to level it. And these I've got to make more permanent, but you got to play around first to find out what are the best materials. So far the best materials are the pan and this ceramic covered material, but the pan is probably the cheapest, so I tend to go with the cheapest stuff. And the other thing, a guy called Trevor suggested, oh yeah, I tried it too, perspex or plexiglass, and then you could put grooves on it to make the water you know, flow the way you want it. But I tried it, and it gives nothing comparable to the heat gain of this. So it might still work if you paint the back of it, but you want to be able to do these things quickly without too much messing around. So something that works straight off is really what you're going for. Yeah, so I think we've made, in less than a month, there's just been great progress, and I hope people join in, because it still can be, it can work for the coming gardening season. Now there is another thing people can check out if you don't like making my airlift pump. So my airlift pump is pumping water from here up to here, and the pump is 30 meters, 100 feet away. If you don't like the airlift pump, I do have a way of dripping water with something afloat in a barrel like this, or even afloat in a little 5-gallon can. So you could have a 5-gallon can with the float in it, and what's it called? I've forgotten how I called it, but it's you don't have to have any technology with it to get the water moving at about this speed here. So this is only a couple of litres per hour, or maybe it's only a litre per hour, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But you can move water at this speed with a number of other ways. You can, you know, just lift up a bucket of water from top to bottom, like you could, this water up and let it drip over the course of 8 hours on a winter's day and grab all the heat that the sun will deliver to you. So that's an option too. Anyway, I've talked way too long. Sorry about that. Take care. Bye.